What is happening today, the real thing is, Sabarwalji, and I will get Syed Zafar Islam on this, that earlier you could say one thing in Manipur and say one thing in Delhi, you could say one thing in a rally in Hyderabad, you could say something when you're addressing a Muslim community, you can say one thing when you're addressing a majority Hindu community, keep changing your line, vote bank politics. Now there is a camera on, you know. The camera is everywhere, Sabarwalji. So camera ne pakad liya. आपने बात कही, you are going and telling the Muslim community of the country. 1 minute, Sabarwal ji, you are telling the Muslim community of the country. No, if you are telling the Muslims, you are telling the Muslims that. Sir, 1 minute. You are telling the Muslim community that you will carry out a historic survey to find out which community, which caste has how much assets, and then based upon your perception of what you find, which community is ahead, which community is forward, that you will redistribute wealth. I am asking you, how will you redistribute wealth? How will you redistribute wealth? Sir, ये सब ऊपर की बात मत करिए मेरे साथ. आप नो माफ करो going on. मैं क्यों माफ करूं? मैं कौन होता हूं माफ करने को? मैं कौन हूं माफ करने को? सबरवाल जी, आप ओवर ड्रामेटिक हो रहे हैं. एवरीवन
मत बोलो, मेरी हाथ जोड़ के विनती है. All of you don't speak lies. Please don't spread misinformation.
सर, ये जो जितनी आबादी उतनी हक और redistribution of wealth वाला concept है. So why do you want to redistribute wealth? You want to redistribute?
मर जाएंगे, अंबानी अडानी के खिलाफ लड़ेंगे, मर जाएंगे, देश को बचाएंगे. तुम्हारे जैसे लोगों को आगे बढ़ाने के लिए हमें खुशी होगी. The people of life, middle income group.
मैं खुद आगे बढ़ जाऊंगा अपनी मेहनत से. मुझे आपकी सपोर्ट की जरूरत नहीं है. आप मेरी बात सुन लीजिए. अब सबर इतना कह रहे हैं जफर इस्लाम, ही सेइंग यू मिसअंडरस्टूड राहुल.
सपोर्ट करने वाले
मिस्टर जफर इस्लाम,
करिए आप आगे.
मैं एक दो सवाल करता हूं. लेट मी रिस्पॉन्ड. सबरवाल जी, आई डोंट इंटरप्ट.
रिसोर्सेज
अलाउ मी टू स्पीक.
रिसोर्सेज हमने
देखिए कैसे
में होता है वो देता है.
पहले प्लीज अलाउ मी टू स्पीक. अलाउ मी टू स्पीक. डोंट ओवर ड्रामेटाइज प्लीज. लो, पहले तो एक दो चीज मैं क्लैरिफाई करता हूं. अभी वारिस पठान अपने आप को घुसपैठिया कह रहे हैं. अरे भाई, मैं आपको एक मिनट प्लीज, एक मिनट. अलाउ मी टू स्पीक. आई हर्ड यू सर. अलाउ मी टू स्पीक नाउ प्लीज. अलाउ मी टू स्पीक. यू हैव फिनिश्ड. आप हैव स्पोकन. अलाउ मी टू. देश की सेवा कर रहे हो तो पूछता हूं सवाल. अरे मैं आपसे सवाल कर रहा हूं, आप उसका जवाब दे दीजिए ना. एक मिनट, अभी आप जवाब दे दीजिए.
आउट ऑफ कंट्रोल हो गए.
चिल्लाइए नहीं, जवाब दीजिए. आप सच बोलते हैं ना? सच बोलते हैं ना? सच का सवाल मैं सवाल करता हूं. सच बोलते हैं ना? मेरे सवाल का जवाब दीजिए. मैं सवाल करता हूं, बताइए. अभी आप चुप से सुनिए और उसका जवाब दीजिए इस पब्लिक डिबेट पे. आप अरे उसको हाथ में हटाइए, चेहरा मत छुपाइए. मैं जो सवाल कर रहा हूं उसका जवाब दीजिए. मैं पूछता हूं, 1947 में जब देश आजाद हुआ, जब एक्सेशन ऑफ इंडिया हुआ, कितने प्रिंसली स्टेट थे जो मुस्लिम रूल्ड थे? उस जब देश के साथ बने, इस वक्त हिंदुस्तान की आबादी में कितने लिटरेट मुस्लिम थे? मुस्लिम की हैसियत क्या थी? 60 साल के बाद मुस्लिम के सच्चर रिपोर्ट की पढ़िए, तब बताइए सच्चर रिपोर्ट में वो 60 सालों में आपने क्या मुस्लिम का किया? क्या भलाई क्या मुस्लिम का? आपने वोट बैंक के अलावा कुछ नहीं किया.
गांधी जी से मैं क्वेश्चन करने जाऊं, महात्मा गांधी से जो फादर ऑफ द नेशन
में जो सबसे टॉप पे थे उनको नीचे कर दिया. आपने जो वेल्थ वाइज जो बेहतर हालत में थे उनको नीचे कर दिया. आपने जो
सर इस कंट्री में सारे गलत काम हमने किए. प्लीज,
उनको नीचे
सारे गलत काम हमने किए. आप लोगों ने सब अच्छे काम किए. हमने ब्रिटिशर से लड़ाई करी, हम मर गए, हमारे लीडर चले गए, इंदिरा जी चली गई, राजीव जी चले गए. हम बहुत गंदे लोग हैं सर. प्लीज,
वारिस पठान को कहता हूं, वारिस पठान को कहता हूं,
झूठ बोलोगे सर. पब्लिक समझ गई है. भारतीय जनता
one question. I say this is the idea of this. You know, we are living in modern times when the role of the government should be limited beyond the point. But there are people who have their own views. Dr. Mehrotra, I just want to understand from you. The promise that is made is that of a caste and religion-based socio-economic survey. And then the promise which is made is that after this survey, finding out which religion has how much wealth, there will be a redistribution of wealth. And therefore, there will be a redistribution of wealth on the basis of caste and religion. Obviously, the assumption is that Muslims are discriminated, and so Muslims should be helped more, right? And scheduled castes, scheduled tribes are having adversity and they are behind, and therefore they must be assisted more through affirmative action. And after that, when the idea is of a historic step, right? The obvious assumption is, Dr. Mehrotra, that this step, which according to Rahul Gandhi will x-ray the entire country, uproot the reservation limit, right? Carry out a financial survey, and then redistribute wealth on the basis of the findings of this institutional survey, will obviously help the Muslims. So if you have to give someone, you have to take from someone. Who will you take from? If the central axis is religion, I didn't bring in the idea of minority, Rajat. It was brought in by Rahul Gandhi.
Arnab,
They even want to have quasi-reservations for Muslims in the higher judiciary. Then they say, why is Arnab asking the questions? Of course they want to. They've written it. So my question is, why can you redistribute achievement? Can you redistribute effort? Can you redistribute hard work? Or are you creating a society where hard work, achievement, merit, entrepreneurship don't matter?
With all due respect to you, Mr. Goswami, you are oversimplifying matters, because no one in their right mind would actually distribute existing wealth. No one is talking about that. Nowhere in the world has that been done except in communist countries. And I don't believe that anyone in this country is of that thinking or of that. Now, the question put to me, Mr.
Rajat, let him complete. Rajat, let him complete.
If you want to speak, I am quitting this show.
No,
if
no,
you
don't
want to
quit,
speak,
don't quit.
Either Mr. Goswami controls you, or I'm
you
quitting
quit
this
once
show.
earlier, they don't quit again, and Rajat will respond after you. I'm overstepping, yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Goswami. So if I might finish, he will have his chance. I'm not getting upset or head up.
You should.
He's the one who suddenly starts. No, I'm not. I don't need to. Because I know what I'm talking about. You see, caste survey was already done by the previous government, and this current government is actually implementing it. I've said this in your show last time, that this current government uses the existing caste survey, which was completed, and the listing was completed in 2014 after this government came to power, of those who will be excluded because they are very wealthy. Or they have high income.
Okay, now I have a 30-second intervention I can allow because I'm running short of time, Rajat.
See, you were thinking, you stated an important point. Redistribution, why it is such a dangerous word is because you have to, it's a perfectly zero-sum game. Resources are zero-sum game. Even reservation is a zero-sum game. The problem is, in the state of Andhra Pradesh, Congress party experimented with this idea. They carved out reservation because there was a cap on the reservation. They carved out reservation from the SCs and the STs and the OBCs and gave it to the Muslims. They have clear agenda on redistributing the seats which are under reservation and cherry picking it and giving it to the Muslims. They did not say
every
that I'm going to give it to all the minorities.
on this show is upper
So why did you interrupt me? You were giving moral lessons. Can't you just shut up and listen to me? Have the manners.
I will not, because you love interrupting.
You just shut up.
That's why this is a shouting show. That's why this is a shouting show.
Just keep your mouth shut.
This is not a debate.
Sir, I tell you, Dr. Mehrotra, everybody who is on the show, including yours truly, has achieved something through hard work, merit and achievement. Don't take it away from us.
Of course, we know that.
You can't take it away from us.
No one is taking
you can't redistribute my effort.
No one intends to do that.
No, I worked hard in my life. You can't redistribute my effort. No.
This is the intellectual questioning.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you, full marks to the Congress party for batting for Rahul Gandhi. Appeasement horror is bad. Mr. Sabharwal, don't take it otherwise, but you should not get so emotional on the program. I'll call you after the show.